What up, YouTube? It's your boy Daniel Llanos back again. It's been a little bit, not as long as my previous layoff, but back again. I was a bit busy. School. I've been doing work for classes, etc., etc. You might hear a couple drops here and there because, as usual, I'm recording in my car and it is raining or it's drizzling right now. It might start to rain, so you might hear some pitter patters here and there, or you might hear the raindrops start to crash on the windshield. But it is what it is. I just feel really comfortable recording here. So on the docket, as usual, your favorite sports enthusiast, music reviewer. I think I'm gonna make it music. So recently I mentioned that the next video would probably be music related for the new Brockhampton album, Roadrunner, The Light and the Machine. Oh no, it is really going to come down. That's unfortunate. You're actually gonna hear this. So I may start to yell so I can be a bit louder than the actual raindrops, but that'd probably be a losing battle if it actually starts to come down for real. But as of right now, I'm just gonna talk louder than I usually do because I gotta fight the rain. So yeah, so to the album, I think it's gonna be like a 2-part album. They mentioned that they're dropping 2 albums this year and that the next one would be their last one, which is a bit unfortunate because I've really enjoyed their music. I say I didn't like discover them or anything like that. I think I first started listening to them and almost 2 years ago, back in 2019, right before Ginger dropped. I was excited for it. I've heard good things about the group in terms of like music quality, etc., and I dove into their discog. I enjoyed Saturation. Iridescence was cool. Really like Ginger, really enjoyed Ginger. And yeah, now I vaguely remember the technical difficulty stuff that they dropped on like YouTube, but that was so vague. It was kind of like a blur. I really enjoyed the JPEG Mafia song. And ironically enough, there is a JPEG Mafia feature, but I'll get to that quite shortly. So yeah, Roadrunner, I think it's another quality album from the group. In terms of who stood out to me, like, cause you know the guys, Kevin Abstract, Joba, Dom, Bareface, Merlin, am I missing anybody? I think those are all the people who are on the songs that like perform vocals, rap, sing. I'll say Bareface again just to be sure, but Matt Champion. See, so many heads in that group. And then like Ramil, I think is like, and others, Jabbar, I could be wrong, Jabari. Those 2 are producers, kind of botting out. I'm trying to like think back. Sorry for daydreaming, but I was trying to focus who the producers of the group were. It's such a big group because there's producers, there's people who handle like their PR, etc. So yeah, Brockhampton is an interesting and fun collective, I would say. Overall, I really enjoyed the project. To start off, it started off with a bang with, oh god, no, do I remember Buzzcut with the Danny Brown feature, which I thought was really cool. Started off aggressive, very wonky, takes you back to like the Saturation days. I felt like it was pretty experimental, and I felt like I don't think they came off as aggressive. Like, I felt like Ginger was more of a subtle album, if anything else. That's how I would describe it. Because a lot of the fandom and a lot of people who like are aware of Brockhampton were pretty like 50-50 on it. I wasn't probably, if I had like, I would probably be on the camp that like really enjoyed the album. Although if you're used to a certain style of what the group wants to do, I can see why you didn't enjoy it as much compared to the other projects the group has done. But Buzz Cut was a strong opener. Count on Me, with Sean, I think it was Shawn Mendes, and A$AP Rocky was cool. It was also the second single for the album. Then the next song, I'm probably gonna whiff on the song titles because I just don't like a couple of these songs I really just don't remember. But the JPEG Mafia feature, I really enjoyed that song. Essentially what that song is just like a really laid back song with the loop, I want to say. It was like super chill. There wasn't really much of a melody. Essentially it was just Peggy and Dom spitting two really extended verses, which I enjoy. In terms of song structure, it probably won't be like the greatest, and there may not be a lot of replay value to it, but I enjoyed the song. If I between the three, I'd probably say Count on Me was my least favorite. Then we get to Bankroll with another A$AP Rocky and now an A$AP Ferg feature. I also thought this song was cool. I thought they would come a little harder. I thought it'd be more aggressive. I mean, like, to be fair, it was. But I don't know. When I hear it, whenever I think of like A$AP Ferg, I think of like something hard hitting, aggressive, borderline obnoxious too, but I enjoy that kind of stuff because I'm, you know me, I'm like hard out, like me, I always have a preference for the hard hitting stuff. Although I have a lot of stuff that I enjoy, I can like vibe. I don't want to say that word. I really enjoy melodies and that stuff too. But for me, I really, once I hear an aggressive bass with a wicked flow, you kind of got me. So that was track 4 or 5, I think. Then there was The Light, which I think there were some really standout verses there. Joba had I vaguely remember Joba having a really good verse. I think I'm gonna, after that, I don't remember. The middle portion of this album is kind of a blur. I'm probably gonna miss like 2 tracks because I really enjoyed like the latter half of this album. What's the Occasion was really good. I like this, like the subtle synths in there. I think Matt had a really good verse there. And then the following track after that, I don't remember. It might have been like Good News or something like that, or What's the News with, I feel like the standout person in that track was Dom. He had a really cool verse. I think it touched upon like family. I think, to be fair, the song has been much of a blur because the problem is you get your favorite. For me, I get my favorite tracks and then I just like dip, and then like the rest of the album is kind of a blur. That is to say, there weren't any bad tracks. I just had some tracks were just like, this stuff definitely will make the playlist. It may even be in my songs of the year. So What's the Occasion was really good. The Dom song was cool. Don't Shoot Up the Party is also, that was probably my favorite song on the album. That song, Kevin's verse, Matt Champion's verse, that beat is so, that beat is so nasty. It is such a, like the synths and then like the hook, and then like I could be wrong of either Joba like singing it out at the end, or it might be Matt singing like the outro for the song. I felt like that was the most well-crafted song on everything. I was cool with it just being the two of them, because the problem is once you get a song with all of them, it turns into like a 6-minute track. Not that there's anything wrong with some long tracks, but it could be kind of a drag if you consistently get that after album. So in that aspect, I really enjoyed the structure of some of the songs. I like how they alternate, etc., etc. It really highlights the versatility of the group because they can do so much with so many members that like to do so many different genres, that like to do so many different sounds. So after Don't Shoot Up the Party, we had Dear Lord, which is kind of essentially that's just like Bareface doing a gospel kind of track. Really good. You can win me with that. Bareface voice is kind of like goated. Dude has a great, fantastic voice. And then lastly, The Light Part 2 is a really good outro. Really reflective. similar to the light and what's the occasion. The group just reflects, and yeah, that's basically Roadrunner, the light and the machine. For me overall, standout tracks for Don't Shoot Up the Party, Buzz Cut, Dear Lord, and What's the Occasion, and I would say Both the Lights. Those are my standout tracks for this album. If I had to rank the group, I feel like oh yeah, so aside, I feel like Dom has the most like poetic verses to me. Like he, from a technical aspect and from like if you want to go like a bars perspective, I feel like he has the best pen game in the group. But to me overall, the members that stood out on this album were probably Kevin and Matt, and Joba would be like a pretty close third. Those were the three that stood out to me compared to like Ginger, where I feel like Joba had like would probably be up there, would have more of a prominent role. I feel like Kevin had a back seat in Ginger compared to the rest of the group. I feel like Merlin had more of a muted role in this album. Dom, I felt like Loki had a muted role in this album. Bareface had a muted role in this album. So yeah, so that's who I felt like shown out in this album, who had more of a focus, who I feel like there was like, here you have the baton for this sort of project. So that's it. If I had to give this album a rating, I'd probably give it an 8. So it's a really good album, definitely recommend it. That is all the time I have for today. Please like the video, please subscribe, I really appreciate it. And yeah, the next videos you'll see from you will probably be sports related, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.